Have you heard of EF Englishtown? EF Englishtown is the world's largest English language training company with over 34,000 teachers and staff in nearly 50 countries. I know, English, you got that. But there is more to the story. Over its history, EF Englishtown has successfully helped more than 1.5 million people around the world to improve their English skills. The CEO of Englishtown, Bill Fisher, is sitting next to me now. Welcome to Fox News.com. So, I tried to learn Spanish. I was terrible at it.
Me too.
I can speak it a little bit. And that's part of why you're here, to talk about the importance of learning another language for Americans, but also about the importance of teaching the rest of the world how to speak English.
Right.
Tell me about that.
Well, you know, the world is becoming both more global and more competitive. And when you combine those two things together, you get an explosive need for language learning, both for people and for companies. When you look at individuals and their needs, Business Week did a study 10 years ago that showed that speakers of English in non-English speaking countries get paid 30% more than people who have the same skills who don't speak English. So it's a very practical concern for most people. They just get paid more, they get the promotion, they get the next job.
What about English, what about Americans who can speak a foreign language? Do they make more money too?
They do, in fact, and you know, when you think about it, if your child is in middle school or high school, in 10 years they're going to graduate into an economy where they're competing with 10 million university graduates a year in China, all of whom are obsessed about learning English and all of whom speak perfect Mandarin. And as the world globalizes, you know, we're all competing for the same job. So I think it's very relevant for Americans to begin learning languages.
You employ 34,000 teachers in nearly 50 countries.
Yep.
34,000 teachers. So I'm guessing that if someone here in the U.S. was interested in being a teacher of English to foreign students, there might be some opportunities.
Come on down. Yeah, it's one of our biggest challenges, in fact. The biggest gating factor to growth for us is bringing on board qualified English teachers. And in China alone, we think we can open 1,000 schools over the next 10 years, and each school has on average about 10 teachers. So that's, you know, 10,000 teachers coming into China for a brick and mortar business in 10 years.
If someone's going to teach in China, do they need to know Mandarin? If it's an American looking for an English teaching job in China, they need to communicate with their students.
Well, we teach them Mandarin, so all of our teachers who come on board, they get free Mandarin instruction. We work hard to integrate them into the community. And then for our online business, of course, you can teach wherever you are in the world. And we have, you know, about half of our teachers teaching from home online and serving students around the world, and you don't need to move to China to do that. So there are lots of ways to teach.
So you have some pretty, I'm guessing, exotic locales for people that could actually go and work in, I don't know, Paris?
We do. It's great. People can choose the place that they want to live and where they are the happiest, and really make a big difference in the world teaching English.
What kind of salary does an English teacher in overseas make?
You know, it really varies. If you're teaching conversational, if you're sort of helping students practice, you make you know, rather little compared to what you'd make in the U.S. Living abroad. But
you're gonna live like a pauper.
No, not at all. You know, if you're teaching corporate students and you have industry-specific knowledge and skills, you can make quite a bit of money. And then again, you can do that from anywhere in the world. So the cost of living difference is significant.
I'm guessing you obviously do a lot of work for corporations.
We do.
And
it's our corporate training is our fastest growing segment, and it's really changed dramatically over the last 5 years, simply because the internet has allowed companies to buy from a single provider. You know, 10 years ago or even 5 years ago, if you were running HR for a global company, you had hundreds of sites and hundreds of you know, different training providers. And today, you can go to one company, you can you know, have great transparency to what you're getting.
I'm getting the wrap signal because we have to go down to the shuttle launch, and I would love to hear more about this. If anyone wants more information, how do they get it?
Englishtown.com. Just come and find us online at Englishtown.com.
Bill Fisher, thank you very much from EF Englishtown. Englishtown.com, you heard it here.